Hey everybody, welcome to Atania. We are excited to play session 14 tonight, and I'm going to do a quick little recap. But like I said in the last episode, we're trying to shrink our episodes down in terms of time. So hopefully these shorter, more digestible episodes are a little bit more appealing. We'll test it out and see how it goes. So, are you guys ready to play?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right.
Let's get some D&D going.
So, in our last episode,
Bro, why are you pissing on the floor?
It's like you got a prostate
It's
infection.
chunky this time. That's the best way I could explain it.
we had a lot of
It was like girthy.
yeah, there was a lot of trickle. There was a lot of
I don't
trickle.
like the trickle. Yeah.
Man,
Chunky
that bedpan
pour.
was a good addition.
That was a chunky pour.
Anyway.
Tonight's Chunky Pour brought to you by...
Recapping, the party in its shortened session last week basically went to visit Favera Crow with Brandmorn after entering Favera Crow's very strange and well-hidden mansion in the woods and receiving a tour of that. You learned a little bit about her, and you were actually given a task to do. She told you that there was a Osa had lost a arcane focus that was somewhere hidden in an evidence room in North Veritas under the control of the magistrates, and they want it back. So they asked you to go and get it. You decided to leave and head for the Crooked House Tavern again to stay overnight before returning to North Veritas. And on the way, you run into the street dentist, who extracts a tooth from Tryphon's mouth, which was fantastic.
Shit was nasty.
And a 2-hour-long walk. You guys realized that you were all both heading to the Crooked House. So
Some of us were walking.
you all walked together
Ho, ho, ho.
back
Hey,
to the Crooked House.
I was
and-
having fun.
There you had yourselves a nice meal and some mild flirtation with Molly Gapsy that invited a conversation at the table.
Surprise!
You guys learned a little bit more about the heart of the Vassarine from her, and in the end, when it was time for her to leave, she left the building to cross the field to her home, with Brandmorn in tow as a sort of chaperone to some degree.
It was all bodyguard, making sure she got home safe.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Sure it was. It was
So
real
chivalrous.
gentleman over here.
Yeah.
Jinx, buy me a Coke.
What's it called?
So the rest of you, maybe we could just kind of push the game ahead a little bit, would have gone up to the room at that point. It was getting late, I'm assuming. Did you want to do anything else in the tavern before you went up to the room?
I am gonna keep watch to make sure he comes home
Okay.
and doesn't die.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull.
Because I randomly just walk off at night sometimes.
Yeah. It's like trauma response.
I'm gonna pull Remy aside.
I'm
and just-
listening.
And just be like, look, I realize I got a bit childish back there. Favera really hurt me. And I took the rest way too personally, so sorry.
Thank you for apologizing.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wow,
I'm gonna
that's
raise
loud.
my wine
You're fired.
glass and clink it.
You did it last night, didn't you?
Maybe. Shut up.
Word.
Lovely. Lovely.
It's bed tonight. Say bed.
What just happened?
All right, so are we getting up to the room, or what are we doing?
Yeah.
Threed goes out onto the
Making
porch
up
with
or making
Tryphon.
out?
You're out on the porch.
Yeah.
Word.
I'm going to keep a lookout for Brian as well.
Watching for your friend.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
All right.
Me.
Don't let it go to your head, Fluffy Bunny.
Whoa.
Well,
Whoa. Pointy bunny.
Brandmorn.
It's also
Molly
fluffy.
Gapsy leads you out into. There are these sort of like single track roads between the fields.
Yeah, in the fields.
Are you okay?
No,
What
I
is
don't think
happening
he's
right
You need a
okay.
fucking shower? For crying out loud?
dude, my guy's about to
No,
do it,
the
man.
guy's about to do
This is like
nothing.
a middle
High
schooler
for him,
taking
man.
sex ed.
It's like my son over here.
This
I set
Oh
this shit
my
up.
God.
I'm like a big, pointy, fluffy Cupid.
And he's gay. as
And
we
I'm
learned
not gay.
last
I'm just
session.
afraid of commitment.
That was a reference to last section. Don't take it out of context.
That's a great quote.
You guys go ahead and run with this. I'm just gonna sit here and read.
I'm gonna write that down. I'm not gay. I'm just afraid of commitment.
I want that on my shirt.
Anyway,
And
Done.
there are these single track
Obviously.
paths between the various fields. And Molly kind of leads you, off into the night. It's dark. Although the 3 moons are up, and they do cast a really sort of warm, easygoing glow on the land. They're not like a full moon like you'd be used to, where it's a bright night. But there almost is always the sort of gentle illumination of 3 moons at once, which provide, it's very rarely pitch black out, right? So you move your way through the fields, and it takes about 10 minutes of walking. Now on the way, Molly's still kind of talking about the history of the heart of the Vassarine. And at one point she says to you, she's like, oh my gosh, all I've done is talk about myself. What
oh no.
what brings you here? Because you're an interesting person. I've had my eye on you since you arrived at the Crooked House, but I'm just curious about who you are and what you're doing with this interesting group of people and like what you're all about.
I'm definitely not from around here.
Well, I kind of
I
figured that.
don't. I have yet to determine what I'm doing with these people. I met them, stumbled across them through.
You can hear through eating popcorn 3 fields away. There's like,
Yeah, 10 minutes away, and Darud's just. I can hear it.
Fantastic.
These 2 are just, dapping
Shit
up on the
talking,
porch
man.
and just.
Just like proud parents on the porch.
Anyway.
do you think he's going to try and touch her?
It is a odd group of people. We're just a group. We look for odd jobs. We are. I don't even know yet.
Yeah,
What
keep
we're
going
doing.
down the route of odd jobs.
Well, what have you done? Like, what kind of odd jobs?
We killed some rats.
That sounds like fun.
We lost a friend.
What do you mean you lost a friend? I'm sorry.
They disappeared. They actually came back recently.
Oh, like, how's that happen?
Well, they disappeared to supposedly protect us, but then ran into one of us and came back, and they met someone named Colin. We still don't really know who
Yeah.
Colin is.
Fuck you, Colin.
Fuck is
Colin, dude.
But they left again. They're going on some spiritual training adventure or something. I don't really know. But I'm trying to learn more myself. I have some magical capabilities and
Oh, really?
yeah.
Like what? Can you show me something?
What the fuck? Stop.
Just asked you to show her. Let's show her magic tricks.
Show her a magic trick.
You are not there. You are not
I
there.
will. I don't know if I can really like.
What is happening?
I don't know. It is like.
You just like hear us in the stars. It's like, remember who
just-
you are, Simba.
This is just out of control. This is out of control. You guys are fucking
I want this to be the whole
ridiculous.
episode.
No. Okay.
I want this so much. Title: Brand gets laid.
I'm actually. I think probably one of the more controlled spells would be Mage Hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna conjure out Mage Hand.
I bet you got a mage hand or 2.
Oh my god!
Wow, this is like playing D&D with
Pass
4th
that shit.
graders.
Wow.
I feel uncomfortable.
I thought it was bad when Addie was
Sorry.
here, and we had these kinds of jokes and stuff. How old are you?
Not old enough.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh god. Anyway.
Carry on.
I just,
Jesus Christ.
I'm still learning things, but I can do this, and I cast Mage Hand, and I mean it's a spectral hand, and
She's like, she's watching it.
I'm just, maybe I'll actually use the Mage Hand. I'm actually gonna go and grab her hand with it.
And she's like, all of a sudden, it's sort of like, she feels the pressure because the mage hand has the capability of carrying a thing or touching a thing. And she's startled by it at first, but then she realizes and she sort of like presses her hand down on it to sort of see if it's, because it's like an illumination,
Yeah.
it's an illusion, but at the same time it has substance to it. And she's fascinated by it. She's just like, oh my God, that's incredible. Wow, you really do have powers.
It's interesting.
Fantastic. What else can you do?
Good God. I'm uncomfortable.
I mean, I only know a couple of things. I hope to learn more, and that's in reason why I came here. I didn't always have the powers. They were granted to me.
Okay.
And I, came to this land to further explore my capabilities. And, I mean, we're in the middle of a field, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot an Eldritch Blast into, the sky.
Boom. All right. So this, purple-white electric arc of electricity just comes flying out of the end of your hand up into the sky. Thrud, you see this illumination.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Yeah, I think our boy's got some game.
I think he fucking does, dude.
That had to be him.
That had to be
Oh
him.
my God, that's so
Or else
exciting.
he's in trouble.
I shouldn't have set that bomb off. I'm sorry.
Or else he's in
It
trouble.
doesn't matter. No matter what you do, no matter
let's
what
just
you
hold that.
say,
That's what I
it just
figured.
doesn't,
I was going to lose
matter.
either way on that one.
I
Molly,
wasn't thinking the flare aspect of it either.
Molly Gapsy is just absolutely dumbstruck with how amazing this is. Her mouth hangs open and she kind of every once in a while she looks over at you just totally fascinated by this.
Oh yeah.
And so, you're still kind of walking through the field. And eventually, not far away, about 50 feet away, you see in the darkness the slight illumination of a small cottage that sits against a stone wall at the edge of one of the fields. It's backed by another border between two fields of a row of trees. You begin to approach the house, and you come up upon the front door, and she's like, well, this is my place, but you'll be fine heading back through those fields with your powers. You're going to be okay.
Thank you.
That's really amazing.
I wandered on the road the one time and got attacked by some goblins, so
Out
that's
by
why I was.
yourself on the north-south trade road.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
That is.
That's why I was a little worried about you getting home safe.
I stick to the fields. I mean, the worst thing I've ever seen in the fields is occasionally when the three moons are at their brightest, there are times when the field is filled with rabbits.
Rabbits.
Thousands of them. There's a couple of farmers. They go out and they call them. What the heck do they call them? Something about lighting the rabbits or blinding. But they bring a big old light out in the field, right? And they keep it under a wrap. And then all of a sudden they shine the light in the field and all the rabbits freeze and look. And then one of the other farmers goes around with a bat and beats them over the head and
Wow.
puts them all in a bag.
Okay.
Well, they got
I'm gonna burst into tears.
You're not there.
I know.
but
Seems a little intense, but
Putting mass murder in my
well, they're
notes.
feeding their kids, It's
Oh,
just like
okay.
they're eating them, So, but
as
anyway,
long as they're using them.
but that's the only thing you're going to encounter in the fields. You're not going to see any goblins out there.
Okay. I think we're close enough to town.
All right.
I'm glad you
Well-
got home safe.
When do I see you again?
Day 2? I'm not quite sure. We have a meeting in North Veritas, but we're around.
Well, here's hoping.
Okay.
And she kind of reaches out and gives you a quick hug, and then she opens her door and she heads inside.
Good night.
Now she closes the door.
That was the perfect amount of Riz that you would have had,
was
man.
perfect.
That was awesome.
That was perfect.
That was fucking awesome.
I'm gonna start power walking back to the end.
Tuck something in your waistband. didn't mean
Really?
it. I didn't mean it.
Really?
I didn't mean it.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ! What is
You were
wrong with
just
you?
like, you're ridiculous.
About 15 minutes later, you're approaching the front porch of the Crooked House, and you see Tryphon and Thrud sitting on the front porch.
How did that go?
I walked her home.
Yes.
It was nice.
Was-
We had a little conversation.
You had a light show going on.
Did you perhaps shoot a little something off?
Oh my God!
As far as what?
I saw something
Oh,
very
that.
familiar, like in the sky.
Yeah, I think I
Yes.
remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
What?
I
You're not there.
He is
is.
there.
Yeah.
She was interested in some of the magic capabilities that I have.
I bet she was.
So I showed her. I gave her a little
Wait,
show.
how did that go? You gave her a little what?
Little
Whoa,
show.
what is that?
Very good.
I'm
very proud of you. I am. I'm very proud
Brad,
of you.
you.
I think
I've
What?
never been more proud of you.
You started this, did you not?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
No, it's just in full regret.
So, Cersei and Remy, what are you
Thank
doing?
you.
We're just
Where are we?
snuggling.
We're upstairs.
Yeah, should we read a book together?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, who wants to read it?
Can we go
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading a book aloud.
All right, so you're
Did
reading
we
a book.
finish my True Children's book?
No, you still have a bit to go in the True
I'd
Children
give you
book.
probably that book.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
word. So
yeah.
I'm just reading aloud.
Yeah.
Every so often when I come across something that's like particularly culty, I'm just like, damn. and I just continue reading on.
Rat check. Where is she?
Oh, jeez.
The rat check is sitting on the bed with you.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I like.
Is the rat check in the room with us?
I don't know what to do. I don't want this rat out of my sight.
When are you going to try
ever.
and kill the rat?
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't want to kill her. But I know why you're suggesting that. And I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a druid, I wouldn't.
What's wrong with
But I
I'm
don't
not
want
there, so.
her. I don't want her to leave my sight.
She doesn't appear to want to leave your sight right now. She's
Okay.
kind of just hanging out on the bed with you.
Okay. Can I put her so like if we're how are we on this? I want to put her on me. Like you know how a cat will lay on you.
Yep.
I want to put her on me.
So I'd imagine like,
And like
yeah.
scratches.
Okay.
Yeah.
She seems very receptive to that and kind of
Okay.
like leans in and just
Okay.
puts her head down and
Okay. We're reading the True Children's book.
Yeah.
I suggest we go upstairs and go to bed.
Yes.
It's been a very long day. We've traveled a bit. We moved around a bit. There was interrogations were had and things like that. I'm very tired. Let's go
Yeah, I could use a rest.
all right.
check in with the other girls and see what we want to do tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, party begins to settle in. I think the party should settle up money-wise before we get too far ahead
Yeah.
because there's been, I think, 2 meals at the Crooked House we haven't settled up on. This most recent dinner, and then the meal that you had right after you came in before you left to go to Favera Crow's place. Okay, so those would have been, we'll just call it 9 and 6 silver respectively. So that's a gold and a half for 2 meals. And then on top of that, you've got the room for another 2 nights.
We have
right?
2 rooms, don't we?
We have, well, you have 2 rooms for 2 nights.
So how
And
much
those
is that per
rooms
person?
were 8 silver pieces apiece for each night. So that's 1.6 gold per night. So 3 gold, 2 silver for that as well. So make sure you just settle that up.
So we're up
So
to
how much are we?
No total.
Oh.
Yes, we're up to
3
what,
gold,
just under
2
5
silver.
or
3
something
gold,
like that?
2 silver for the rooms.
For the rooms.
Total. And then we had
We're just under 5.
one gold and change for the meals, 1.6. So 1 gold, 6 silver for the meals.
I mean,
Oh,
I could
3
pay
gold
for it.
and-
I'll pay for
Oh,
it.
oh, okay.
She's
Yes.
paying
Oh.
for the rooms.
By all
Thank
means,
you, Remy.
I took care of everything up in North
Can I
Valley's
just
house at the
give you
moment. So
a gold?
And Cersei still owes you
50 gold.
50
no, I'll
gold.
give you a gold.
For what was that
Cersei
again?
owes you 50
No,
gold.
I'm just for what? For what?
Thrud is the reason why you are alive.
Okay.
You don't remember me calling
50
up to
gold
you?
for Naren Faye's
Oh,
Greater
yeah.
Restoration, which frankly was a steal. That spell went cheap.
All right.
We got a
That
good
was a
deal on it.
DM.
I
Pay
will
the
charge you
piper.
interest. It's fine.
There should have been another 0
I'll-
on the end of that number.
Should I give you 50 gold? I can give you 50 gold.
Well, now that we know you have it,
Give me 20, and we'll call it
Okay.
even.
Okay, thank you. I'll give you 25.
Very good.
Thank you.
you're very generous,
Much
dude. I
appreciated.
appreciate you taking care of my tooth as well.
And I take 26 gold out and I give the last one to Remy because I said I was gonna.
I thought
Okay.
you were getting a tip.
A little interest payment.
You guys give yourselves a long rest. All right.
Are there any weird bagged
Damn, this is a long rest.
women dreams?
This
Potato sacked women dreams? And
This is an uneventful night for the most part. But when you wake up, Verbena's gone.
Fuck, why?
I want to say something.
Say something.
I'm posted up, chair to the back of the door.
Okay.
So if Verbena what if something happened or
Well, I'll
didn't
say
notice.
this then. Okay. Verbena's not on your chest. Verbena's not in the bed.
Where is she? Where is she? Is this the middle of the night? Like, did I wait, or is this the
No,
morning?
you're.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming we're getting to morning now since
Okay.
there wasn't a request to
Who
do any
else is
downtime
Who else is
activity.
waking up?
Any pre-bed
Is everybody
activity.
waking up?
well, we're in a different room.
Okay,
it's
so
the
yeah.
3 of us in a room.
Where's Verbena? She's not in bed. Oh, so you did fall asleep. Okay,
What?
cool.
What? Wait.
What?
I'm like
What?
flinging the blanket off.
Whoa,
of me.
whoa, whoa!
Wait,
It's fucking
Did
cold.
you not want me to sleep at night?
Did you see where she went?
No,
I'm getting
I
out of the bed.
I just
and I'm
woke up.
looking in the room.
Rem, I have never looked at your rat.
Yeah, where is
I don't
she?
do the rat check.
Where? I'm getting out of bed, and I'm looking in the room.
I'm gonna roll a rat check. I'm
Where-
just gonna start looking around
Should I
very
do like
groggily.
Do either perception or investigation for me.
Druid gets out of bed and does a very
I'm
long
rolling over to
stretch.
the side of the bed. I'm looking down the crack.
Good morning, Cersei.
Huh?
Good morning.
Yikes!
Mor-
that was
morning,
like a
by the way.
13.
Stop.
How you doing?
Jesus
So, yeah.
Christ!
How'd it go
13?
with the
Yeah.
lollipop?
It wasn't whether or not you could find her, it's about how much time it took you to find her. So, about 20 minutes after searching the room, you find her in a bundle of your stuff. Because, one thing we don't really talk about is how you guys are transporting all the things you have, right? So, I just assume, since we haven't given descriptors to that yet, or you haven't bought specific packs or anything like that you have some kind of bag of things, right? Because you have some gold, you've got the book for Calagenia, or I should say the True Children. These things have to be carried somehow, right? And when you tear that bag open on the floor, there she is, in the bag, rooting around inside your bag.
Cool.
Interesting.
You found her. That's cool.
Yep. Yep.
That's good.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Druid gets out of bed and stands up, does a nice little stretch, goes for an extended scratch.
Extended screen.
Love the Throod scratch.
Yes. Here.
That might become the new rat track. New rat check. Throod scratch.
Scratch check.
Oh my
Scratch.
god.
It's check.
I'm
All right, what are we doing today? What's the story? What's the plan?
Morning glory.
I need to
What's
figure
the
out this
word?
freaking rat.
Coming
We'll
through.
Do we
go
have
next
a-
door. I'm assuming you are awake as well?
Boy.
Yes, so let's go next door and meet up with the rest of them and say, Thrud would like to propose that perhaps it makes wise sense for us to meet up with the street dentist, seeing that he might have some information about the magistrates and might be able to give us a way into things, or maybe some useful information in terms of maybe he's seen something. In
I
his
was
travels.
also thinking
Really?
Dicky might have a little pull.
This is true as well.
Who?
Dicky the Whippet.
Digging the whippet?
Might have a little pull
Whip it.
in North
Whip it?
Veritas.
Where?
Whip it.
Whip, whip,
Or
whip,
would have some
real
information. Brent, does Breck still have the ring?
Yes.
No, we got the ring.
Let's go talk to Dicky.
Breck
talk to
gave
Dicky.
us the ring knowing that we ran a little bit of a shit storm with Dicky.
I thought that
Are you
was
gonna
more
give the
about-
ring back?
I think
It's a nice little ring.
it is a nice ring.
Why don't we give it
Wait,
back?
but doesn't it still have Breck's root on it?
Once
But
you
no.
Nobody
Nobody
attuned to it yet.
attuned to it. It's still attuned to Breck.
yeah, but once anyone attunes to it, it erases.
Oh,
I
yeah,
believe.
but we haven't done it
shouldn't
yet.
we make note of his route?
I don't think we can.
We
We
can't
can't.
because
We can.
no,
Because we're not attuned to it.
we're not attuned to it, so we can't access it.
I mean, we can use it to gain favor with Dick.
That's what I think we should do. It would cross off a thing from one of our lists, and perhaps we can use it as leverage to find out a little something else about the magistrates, where they might be holding things. Yeah.
I want to see tooth.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
That is amazing.
The street dentist is in Discord.
I think that might be one of my favorites.
Oh, good.
Yes. So far, I just the shit-eating grin. It's amazing.
Oh my god!
He's terrifying.
I'm
Hey,
sad you
Buddha.
didn't put it
What
up
the
on the
fuck
screen.
is this?
Gigantic.
I would
tooth.
have, but the camera gets a little funky with
Yeah.
that screen,
Oh,
so
I can-
it would have messed things up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why it goes up to his mouth.
Anyway,
Let's go talk to Dick. Dick man.
Well, we did say that we would
Are we
travel.
gonna travel with the dentist?
With the dentist.
Yeah, we'll go get him.
Should we ask him for some? I mean, it's a little bit of a walk into North Veritas. And,
It's about 2 hours.
yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
have some time to
Get some
pump in for
information out of him. Yeah.
he's a little slow. It might be like 3 hours.
Oh, good God, cunting mother.
We
Okay.
were making pace on him on the road.
That's true. We did catch
You
up
managed to connect with your friend, the street dentist.
I want one more scramble before we leave.
Oh, I can
sausage.
absolutely. That can be arranged. As a matter of fact, when you go
Yeah.
downstairs into the tavern
else wants some
room,
sauce?
that's
Sorry,
when you
Remy.
find Parnella.
guys
Parnella
want
is
some
actually down
sausage?
there
Word.
with a scramble in front of him, enjoying a cup of hot tea. It looks
But
like,
I
and
don't
his
got
scramble.
any.
That works for me.
So the rest of you pile into the room, order your various scrambles and morning beverages, and we sit down to eat. Parnella's there, so you either sit with him or near him, but you guys all strike up a little conversation, and it's nice. It's a good morning. Sun shining, streaming in through the windows. Every once in a while, when the door opens, you can feel the sort of smells of spring wafting into the doorway.
That's a lovely
Deal.
picture.
So what do we do? Gonna eat and run? Eat
Joe.
it and beat it?
Joe Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat it and beat it.
Yomar, dude. Come on.
Honestly,
Eat
let me
it and
rewrite it
beat it?
down.
Parnella, you're heading back to North Veritas today, perhaps?
I am, yes.
Well, maybe it would be wise if we all just
Went together.
went
I
together.
love the company on the walk. That would be
Yeah.
most lovely.
Nice.
You got any like songs that you like to sing when you walk?
I'm not so much of a singer, as a matter of fact, but I do love telling a tale, for sure.
Do you have
Perhaps
any?
we could share stories.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely. Have you ever heard the one about the exploding keep?
The Exploding Keep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I
Or
have. It
the-
sounds lovely.
Popular
The
amongst the
deep
kids.
sewers and the shit lung.
I can't wait. As he takes another, as he shovels a bite of his scramble into his mouth and just begins
Yeah.
chewing.
That's where the sewage went.
Okay. All right. Let's not. Let him enjoy it.
Anyway, all right. So you take some time, you eat your breakfast, and eventually you sort of finish up. You pay Yolmar. There's 5 of you there, plus the street dentist. So it's about a silver piece apiece for each of the breakfast scrambles. So you're for about a total of a gold with the various other things you had at breakfast time.
I would like to thank him for his hospitality before we go. I'll give him a nice handshake.
He reaches out and shakes your hand. He's like, "Will you be returning, or is this the end of your journey?"
I'm sure we'll be back. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
for now,
Brand's got a girl here, you know.
we are relinquishing the rooms for now.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to you coming back again. You've been great guests.
Has there been any mail
takes out.
today?
Pardon me.
Oh my god.
Not yet today. It's early in the morning. But if anything comes for you, I will put it aside. I promise.
Through takes out 3 gold and puts it on the counter and says, "Thank you for the breakfast. Your sausage is quite delectable, and I would like to tip you and all of your staff for all of the considerable services that you have given us and extended us. It's been very lovely in your establishment."
Madam, you are truly, truly a generous person, and I very much appreciate it.
Well, I hope to see you again.
We cannot wait to have you back. We've enjoyed your company. If the good luck with Magistrate Reptar. I'm sure it'll be fine, and I'll put in a good word for all of
Well,
you.
if he does come back looking for us, tell him that we can be found in North Veritas. We are not going to be unavailable if he has any further questions.
We'll do. We'll do. All right. Well, safe journey to you all. And I look forward to your return.
Take care.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
You guys and Parnella head out.
Rat check. She's with me.
She is.
Okay. We were leaving the bar, okay?
She's on your shoulder. All right,
Yeah.
so you spend some time walking up the north-south trade road back to North Veritas. It's about a 2-hour journey, and you spend time talking with Parnella and sharing stories. Do you have specific questions for him that you'd like to sort of try and ask, or is it just going to be a general conversation kind of thing?
Does sewage water leave any like lasting damage to one's teeth?
Well, depends. It's highly acidic, so it's possible. You've mentioned this a couple of times. Have you?
Are you the shit lung?
I did. I went like I.
Do you want me to
I
look
got
in
knocked.
there?
Yes, please. I got.
Grabs out the same tools that he used on Tryphon, puts them in your significantly smaller mouth, and spreads it open.
And I just got hey. I went unconscious and I inhaled like shit.
Looks around in
shit,
there and
alright.
he's like, I'll be honest, you take rather good care of your teeth. I don't see anything that looks like it's problematic yet. Although I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of these. They're
Oh my
really
God.
quite nice.
No thanks.
But
I'm
you-
going.
What about the rest of you? Any questions for him? Thoughts?
Kind of want a cleaning. I want a teeth cleaning.
You like we
Sure, the rat
did,
would
we
be
did kind of
happy
touch on
with
this yesterday
She's
that
just like-
you are the only street dentist in North Veritas.
I am.
That must
Her little,
give
like,
you
toenails.
a lot of experience with many people in the city.
It
yes?
does.
And the guards and potentially some of the magistrates, yes.
Of course.
Well, that's very good. What kind of experience have you had with the magistrates? And I'm assuming that you probably haven't worked on the Thanes very much because they are such high status.
Well, like we talked about yesterday, yes, that doesn't come up too often because they have their own resources. I'm merely a street dentist, so I tend to cater to a less affluent crowd. However, I do have some clients that have a fair bit of money. And the magistrates have a decent income, and sometimes they're on the run and busy and can't really get to a proper appointment. So if they see me on the street, sometimes they ask me to check something out and I help them. They mostly seem to be a nice bunch, but, in the world of law enforcement, I've sort of seen my share of troubles simply because I am a bit of an oddball, and so I'm often received differently than the status quo. So I've had
So
my
you-
share of run-ins.
I was just going to ask if you've had run-ins. Were they exceedingly negative, or were
Magistrate.
More
suspicious?
more frustrating than anything. I mean, North Veritas is such a tricky city when it comes to business. And so when I first tried to establish myself there as the street dentist, I had been hauled in front of the courts a couple of times because they had never heard of such a profession before. And of course, here I am standing on the street with a pair of tongs and a bleeding tooth attached to it that's dripping down my hand. And a couple of guards see this and think I've immediately assaulted somebody. And so I wind up before the magistrate, who has no idea what it is that I do or that I've helped anyone for that matter. And so I was put before a hearing, and I had to explain and try and get a couple of references brought in. Spent 2 nights in the prison.
Oh.
So I've been around a bit,
Okay.
but it's all worked itself out, and I have a reputation for being a good business person.
Must have been a toothache.
Oh my god.
You're cute.
Thanks.
So it was more of a sort of a permitting issue, and a misunderstanding in terms of your profession, being somewhat new to the area. I'm sure they did not quite know how to ascertain what your motivations were, perhaps.
Precisely.
So was this in the central magistrate's office area, or was?
Yes. Most of the hearings are done there. Yes.
So what is the court structure like? How did it go for you? What did you do?
You're gonna make me look up something, so give me a second, please. Sorry,
Fucking hell.
you caught me.
Fucking
You
hell,
caught
man.
me. Hold on.
Where were you?
Copyrighted.
Well,
You think we're that good?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
because I was in it.
So, maybe we should have a little talk.
No, we just made up.
Yeah, your singing sucks.
Look who's
Oh,
talking.
made up or made up?
Oh. Kill me.
Shoot, I thought I had this information here, and now I'm struggling to find it.
Me when I'm
Oh wait,
struggling
I
to
know where
find
it is. I know
information
where it
that
is.
I
Hold
don't
on.
have.
I think it's
So
here.
relatable. Riz. So I'm just reading
No,
my notes.
that's
from
different
earlier.
also. Oh, my notes are a
Right,
mess.
wasn't it?
So what did you ask me? You asked me about the structure.
Yeah, just the order of it all, and the space, and is there any while you were locked up, what did they do with your tongs and your tools? Did you have to get a ticket and fill out the claim to come back and get everything? How does it work? I'm just curious to see how this law and order goes down in North Veritas.
Given your questions, it seems like you almost have experience in the whole thing. But basically what happened was, first of all, I had to go before a panel, and the lower level panel is made up of some of the guild masters of the city, which is actually fortunate for me because the guild masters run the various businesses in the city. So part of my crime, if you want to call it that, was the fact that I did not have membership in any of the individual guilds, mostly because there wasn't such a guild that I seemed to fit into. However, the guild masters want to make their coin, and so anybody that does any kind of business whatsoever in North Veritas has to be associated with one of the guilds.
That's stupid.
Well,
Did they make you provide some type of initiation fee to which guild is it that you are a part of now?
Well, right now I'm part of the guild of street vendors in the city because they couldn't get me involved in any of the other ones appropriately. Most of the guilds of any kind of, healer or health worker or anything like that usually has a place of business, which I couldn't establish myself through. And so then they pushed me on to the next appropriate place, which happened to be street vendors. And so currently I'm there. But once that little mess was cleaned up, after a guild master hearing, I was set free. I was charged the initiation fee of 12 gold pieces for the first initial installment, and then from there I'm paying 10 gold pieces a month to be a part of this guild, and it's not terrible. I get some benefits from that.
Do you pay them in teeth sometimes?
No, unfortunately they won't accept teeth. If teeth were money, I'd be loaded.
Especially the baby teeth.
I'm not parting with my baby teeth.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Sniff that jar every night?
So did they take your teeth when you were incarcerated?
When I was incarcerated, they took all of my belongings and they locked them up until I was
Including your
released.
teeth.
They noticed that I had a lot of tools and sharp objects, and
And
they couldn't
teeth.
put me in a cell with all of those things, apparently.
Teeth.
Well, that would give you an unfair advantage of the imprisonment in the cell. If you were to have all your tools, you could use them in a way to perhaps either damage someone or yourself, or
Yeah.
you get out.
Of
Believe
course.
me,
I
like-
understood the logic behind it.
If we had our tools when we got locked up in that exploding castle,
Things would have gone quite differently, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
so when everything was rectified
Can't
with
take
the
this.
guild panel and you were released, how did you go about getting all your belongings again? Was there a central repository or something like that for this?
There is, actually. When you're taken in, they take these things from you, and everything was put into a box, and I was given a sort of handler. My handler was in charge of, I believe, the cells that were on the floor I was on. So when I was released, my handler came and got me, and then brought me to this area where I was sort of discharged. I had to sign some papers. I was given back my things. I was given an opportunity to pay my fine. If I wasn't able to pay my fine, I was going to have to actually send word to someone who could for me, which would have been possible because I don't know anybody personally that well at that time. And then I was let go.
So it seems like a fairly stressful thing for you.
It was. I don't enjoy being in prison. I don't know anyone who does.
No, it's not a pleasant thing at all to be bound and kept against your will. Do you remember how many of the North Veritas Guard were around that property room?
Around the property room?
Yes.
Just one.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Seriously, why do I keep doing that? It's bizarre. Yes, but
No, just
Huh?
Notes. Notes. They're sharing
just meant you
notes.
left
oh,
a little. Anyway,
Whispers at the table?
Crazy.
I'm secretly hatching a plan over here.
It's like
Oh,
thing, man.
okay.
All right.
It's a chaotic plan.
Let me in.
Okay.
It's fucking chaotic. I don't. We'll talk about it.
All right.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
You see any weird people
But
on the road?
I'm kind of liking what I'm hearing over here.
Any weird people on the road?
No, I'm just asking.
Oh, do
Tom.
you guys see
Are
any
you
weird
taking
people on the road?
notes?
Yeah.
Sure.
good. Because
Roll
I've been
perception
pumping
check
this
for
guy
me.
For information.
In my head.
I think
Well,
everybody's
those-
like falling asleep.
the
behind
notes
me.
You know,
are in my head.
There's a fair number of people on the road because you're closing in on North Veritas at this point. And so it's not like you see a person every 10 minutes or a couple of people every 10 minutes. I mean, there's a number of people. Like when you've got a city of this size, you've got wagon loads of stuff heading in and out of the city. So it's pretty busy right now.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay,
walking
not a
around.
lot of time passes and you are now heading into the gates of
Yes.
the North Veritas
Yes.
city limits. So Parnella kind of looks at all of you and he's like, well, I did very much enjoy our company, and I'll be around if you need me. Most people in the city know who I am and can probably let you know where I'm at. So
Well, do you tend to just wander around the town and do what you do?
I
or
kind of have a
is there
route. I kind of have a route that I cover because it tends to work for me. But you know, if you ever ask anybody on the street, have you seen Parnella?
He covers a route.
Give me an inspiration back.
I don't have one.
Negative inspiration.
Wait,
That's
can
gonna
we,
cost
can
you.
we make a
Fear.
Cersei dad joke counter?
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cersei dad joke with a little, it just keeps
Kick.
going up.
Yep.
That's one last episode and
CDs.
one this episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Both about teeth.
What are we gonna do now?
That's the
We settled
root
up with the
Let's-
mallard, right? Was it the
Yes,
mallard?
I said
Because they
it
were
with the
pissed
mallard.
at us.
They were a little bit
Little
curious.
bit? Okay.
I wouldn't say that they were pissed. I mean,
Okay.
I paid them off, so they were fine. But they were getting a little bit antsy because they did not know from us
If
whether
we
or
were
not
coming
to save
back to the
room.
rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
So I paid them for all the
All
time
right.
that the rooms were held for us.
Or-
What do you think? Perhaps going to see.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's find Dickie.
These are what's smelling.
I mean, it's either that or we try to go to the
cheesy.
magistrate right away. But I think it might be. It
Oh,
might
Dickie.
be prudent to talk to Dickie, maybe give him the ring and see what he knows about the magistrate.
Yeah.
He might have a good idea about how we can get what
Can
we
I
need for.
pass
for
Verbena to Cersei for a second?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Sure,
hold on.
Cersei, make a animal handling check.
Motherfucker. Can you give me the help action?
Verbena loose in the city.
Yeah, you
There is
probably
no
could.
help.
Could I? Can
Yeah,
I do
you
that?
can help.
Okay, sick.
Yep.
So what would I do?
Oh, you
No help. With
you
the
should
rat.
probably roll with yours.
I'm going. I'm going. Hold on.
'Cause I just rolled a 3.
19.
As she
Fucking
passes Verbena to you, you feel Verbena's entire body like stiffen for a moment, and it gets
Like
all
my
rigid.
my body stiffs in response to it. I'm like,
But then Remy sort of pets Verbena a little bit. Verbena relaxes a little bit and crawls up your arm.
I mean, you also did give her wine for like a
That's
while, so I feel
true.
like there might be a little bit of
true.
a
A little bit of an
I remember
alcohol
you a little bit.
dependency on me.
And with that, I'm gonna like you're babysitting because I want to pull through to the side. I'm gonna go up through out of earshot of. Well, she won't understand me anyway, but.
Yes.
And I just wanna like nonchalantly say, I don't know what's up with her, but I don't think she's a rat.
Oh, Verbena is who we were
Yeah.
talking about. I thought you were talking about
Cersei.
Cersei.
No, rat.
She's
I'm sure
She's
just like
panic
keeping my
over-
eye on her,
The
like
rat.
keeping a
She's
hand on
batshit.
her. I'm gonna take like
But
a
the rat, I
little
don't
strip
know.
of
She
cloth
glue. She's
out of my
magic. There's
bag
something magical there.
and just
but
like
I
fix
don't
it
know.
around
She
her
glue?
neck.
She
Right?
glow.
now roll an
Glow.
animal.
She has glown.
She's glow. in the
She's
past.
glowing.
To glown.
No, I cast
Has
detect
gloated.
magic.
Yes.
It's a nat
She
20.
Glue.
And
So
that's
it's a
one.
22.
She
All right.
glowed.
She had an aura.
Tie
She has a
away.
magical
Right?
essence.
Yeah,
to her.
yeah.
Tie just
And
like
she
a
keeps
simple
disappearing
little
on me.
like
No matter what I do, poof,
I guess
gone.
like a
But
little
she comes
clove
back.
hitch, and then
Yeah.
just
There's
like
clearly
tie it
some kind
to
of
my
connection
lapel
there.
or whatever.
She
Yeah.
is tethered to you in some way.
I don't know.
Well, we've seen you transform.
You've
I don't know. I can't catch her doing it.
did I overhear you talking to her a couple of times?
Mm-hmm.
Did she tell
She's
you
just
anything?
very oblivious. Like, no, she is 100%. I've been a rat forever.
And-
I don't think she's truthful about that.
Well, I mean, do you think that she's conscious of the fact that she's
I don't know.
perhaps not a rat?
I don't think so. I don't see why she'd lie to me.
Could be a spell.
Are you listening to this?
I think I'm right next to you.
Okay.
So, what can I do for you to
I
help
don't know.
you?
I just need somebody else to know, so I'm not crazy.
Well,
I am crazy.
Crazy.
I was crazy once.
that shit's crazy people everywhere in this country, but
Like
okay.
in a room. A rubber room with
Well,
Verbena.
You know,
I
maybe
will.
crazy.
I will keep an eye on this
Okay.
bizarre thing,
Okay.
and maybe if she glows again or talks to you in some
Or she
kind of manner.
disappears. I just can't. I try to focus all the time.
Well, she comes back to you, right?
Yeah.
So there's clearly some kind of connection, and she feels codependent with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe not restrain her as much as you have in the past, and trust that bond a little bit more. Maybe I don't know.
Am I in on this conversation at all?
Would you have heard any of it? Where were you?
I mean,
You guys are all
in the group.
Yeah, you
You
probably
guys are
heard
all
it.
together,
Yeah.
right?
But
So
she did kind of come up.
She
To
said
the
that
side.
she wanted to be
That's
away
true.
A
from
little
Cersei.
nonchalant.
That's true,
I mean, you
that's
may have
true.
heard. You could roll, see if you hear me.
Just make a choice. I don't care.
Do you want me to hear it?
Sure, I don't care.
Can we try to dose the rat?
Dose the rat with what?
Don't you guys?
She already
have
gets
some
drunk
kinda-
all the time.
Yeah, but maybe try something different. Don't you guys have some kind of like mushrooms or shit that you bought from that?
Do
But
we
she
have any
was
of that
weak
left?
We should
out.
pack a
Okay.
Keef bowl for the rat.
What is that going to accomplish?
I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't know.
maybe
Maybe
we'll
she'll
break
trip
something
up or
out.
something.
Maybe she'll communicate with you in a different way if she is at an altered state. Maybe.
I've
when-
talked to her when
when-
she's drunk, and nothing changes.
Yes, but that's when she's drunk. That's a depressant. Maybe there's
She
something
seemed-
more
yeah, I
psychoactive
don't
that
know.
would create a different pathway of communication. I mean, didn't
So we want to
when
blaze up the
you
rat.
had your episode,
That's almost what I
There's
was.
that.
I was originally thinking of the potion.
the thing from the alchemist that Brian was cooking,
Yeah.
not the dose that they gave to the half.
But then I thought about that was the same thing.
Oh,
But then didn't they get some kind of special mushrooms
Yeah,
or
we
something?
got
yes,
from
they had
the-
more
Yeah.
party boy
Tripped
type
face.
mushrooms.
We did.
Yes, but
Face.
that's what
This
I
will
was
make you
almost
trip
gonna.
face.
again.
Originally, I was going to ask if we had
That's
any
fun.
more of the stuff from the wreck, but I don't think we do.
I just don't know if that's going to accomplish anything.
Oh,
I don't know. It
think
was
we-
just an idea.
didn't we have a vial of like a drop or two left of?
Well, we had the bottle
I
that
should
might have
I mean,
a little
still have
residue
that-
in it.
Third thimble, or like that third dose of the mushrooms on me because we
We split
didn't
one.
take all of it.
We split it.
So I should still have some on me.
Well, also,
But I'm not
didn't-
hearing this
didn't-
conversation.
I was going to
so
say, are
Didn't
you
you-
listening to these with the rats that we were talking conspicuously
Didn't you
about?
untransform when you got hit? So what if we just punched Verbena?
No, I mean,
Or do
the
you think that-
spider died. So
I've
I
always,
was
think
I've
that
always
she's wild
thought
shaped?
about. I don't know. Maybe. I've
I don't
always
wanna
thought
kill
about
her.
smacking the rat around.
Because what if she's not? And then she's dead.
That is a risk,
Well,
and you do
make-
like her very
make her
much.
unconscious.
What do you mean?
Just a light. Pull the punch. You know?
I'm not punching the rat. I'm not punching her.
Try it. You might
Okay.
like it. I
I
don't know.
just,
I'll
you
punch
know,
her.
I don't know.
Why?
I'll put her in a sack and hit her on a table.
No! A tear just like builds up in Remy's
This is
eye.
how Tryphon would solve the problem. All right. Listen, we're gonna find out a lot. If she wakes up as a person, then we're gonna get our answer.
Put the rat in a sock and wham!
No way.
With a roll of quarters.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No way.
Throw it off a
Well,
bridge.
it's just the quickest way to get an answer. I can
All
do it
right.
right now.
Well, no,
ways
let's
to
not engage in animal cruelty in the streets of North Veritas, please.
Yeah, roll an animal
enough.
cruelty check.
Yeah.
Verbena's
This is
giving me
fair
dirty
enough.
looks.
She's dependent on alcohol.
All right.
But you have your suspicions.
Yeah.
Is this guy like just chilling here with us, or is he
No, I thought he
going
left.
somewhere
He
else?
left.
No, he left.
Fuck me, then. My bad.
Where am I
Let's,
with respect to all
you're
of
with
that?
the
He pretty much said peace.
Let's-
You
let's
can
Oh,
try
and I'm
this.
just not really
I
paying
just didn't
attention.
want her to
asking
be
her.
like.
Well,
on
you're
my
standing there
shoulder.
listening to this. But
Let's
Oh,
try
word.
this. Let's go to the toenail, and I will get some meat. I will have some of it, and I will give a little bit to Verbena. You know that she will take the bait, and we'll
And-
get her drunk and perhaps
Fruit.
see what.
I still have a bit of mushroom.
We're dosing the
Totally.
rat. We're dosing the
Are we gonna pass the mail system?
Well, all right, fine. Let's.
the mail
I'm
system?
not
For the-
giving.
for
I'm
North
not going to
Veritas.
give her any.
Yeah,
alcohol,
because
I
you
already
have to
promised you
go
that
all the
I
way through the
wouldn't do
center
it.
of town, in the
All
central hub of North
I'm saying
Veritas.
is
You go
we
from
give
south to
her
north.
something to
The toenail's on the
drink.
northern
We'll-
side of the city.
Well,
Can anybody else talk to animals?
No.
on my first day of downtime, I sent a
I want
letter.
to do that.
You did.
So I would check it if I
Well-
can.
Okay. Okay. You can send me in the
How
Discord
does
some
she?
details.
How
of
does
this.
she seem to you when she's drunk?
The same, just a little more like. Why are you interrogating me? I thought we were friends.
Seems a little
Friends
manipulative.
don't lie. Yeah.
Seems
She's
really
driving me
manipulative.
crazy.
Like,
Well, I do understand how that is frustrating when people or rats say one thing and do another, and actions are sometimes
Not
louder
what rats
than
do.
the language. But again, it is a rat, and it is a very small brain animal creature, so perhaps she just does not know these answers to these questions. It's
Yeah.
like if we were talking to ants, and suddenly a larger giant came along to us, and we were the ants to the giants. They would maybe not hear us or understand us so well. So I don't know. Let's
Okay.
get her drunk.
Okay.
We know we can do that. So let's go to the toenail.
Okay.
The only other thing I can offer is that maybe do a medicine check on her to make sure that she's not going into DTs, or
DT's nuts.
a history check on where she's been.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm sorry. I wish I had better answers for you. You do seem to have a very big fixation on this rat thing.
Yeah, 'cause something's funky. I don't know what it is.
Sometimes get funky.
All right. Toenail it is.
Toenail it is.
Okay.
Do I still have this rat?
Where's Diggy?
I have to untie her.
Where are we gonna find Diggy?
You guys make your way across town and back up to the toenail.
I'm trying to fix her to my.
On the way, Tryphon stops into what is essentially an Emberfell postal service that deals with a lot of the packages and bulk mail. And then I'm assuming you'll meet them up at the toenail, or are they waiting for you?
Yeah, I'll meet them at the toenail. It's gonna be like a minute or two.
Okay.
Quick.
Okay. You head inside and you ask about the letter back. And they kind of take a few minutes and they're going through a whole bunch of small postal boxes. They asked you your name like 4 times, right? And then finally, a letter with a wax seal on it is produced and it is handed to you.
What's the seal?
The seal is one you've not seen before. It actually it's a wax seal. It's a reddish brown wax seal, and it's got what appear to be like the lick of flames on it, but you have not seen that before.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna read it before I get back to them.
Okay.
But I want to keep it private.
You want to keep it private?
Yeah, you can just. Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Whispers.
Whispers.
These dissonant whispers are brought to you by...
Yeah. Why do you think I wanted an end time?
Well, we're close. We should make things happen quickly.
I'm gonna put whispers down in the timestamp.
Okay.
Hey.
Let's at least go to
Hey.
talk to Dickie. And
We gotta talk to Dickie.
Whoa.
Let's talk to Dickie. Let's
Wiki
try and
Wiki
find
the
Dickie.
Dicket.
Let's return the ring.
You don't have to do
To
this.
fuck around and find out.
No, please,
That just
No.
it is so chaotic.
please,
And I wish I had a couple more abilities.
my sweet love.
But my idea was to turn into my ring
Oh,
and try and beat the shit out of someone to go to jail. And then hopefully I get into the vault.
oh, that's fucking
But
genius.
then I don't know what to do when I'm in there.
Oh, I hear a plan hatching. I love that. All right, so you guys make yourselves. You've familiarized yourself with North Veritas, and it's not hard to get up to.
We do need
the
to talk
toenail.
a lot more. I know. This is very good.
Are you asking? Are you like?
I'm like, what's happening?
this?
I was wondering what that was over there.
no
He's just
damn.
vibing. All right.
We're heading to the toenail.
You're actually you arrive at the toenail.
Okay,
That's simple.
Do we have any idea where to find Dickie?
Are you at the toenail yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could ask around.
Yeah,
Dickie
I'll
Whippet.
ask.
Dickie the Whippet is a known character.
He's been in the toenail before,
Absolutely.
right?
He's a regular at the toenail.
Were we in the toenail when he came in?
Yeah,
and
we had a
fucking
conversation with him.
Screamed at us pretty
Yeah,
much.
I think we've had 2 interactions with him at the toenail, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
God, don't have to hint
So
that
let's
hard.
go in. I forget the barkeep's name.
Bunce.
Bunce.
Bunce is the barkeep at the toenail.
And who? Yes, is the chestnut girl around?
Poppy Button is there. Yes,
Poppy
Bunce and
button.
She'll
That
pop
sounds
your
like
button.
an innuendo. Poppy
Gam
button,
witch.
Poppy
Oh,
button.
that's
Poppy
so.
Button.
There it is.
You
Took us
sick
long enough.
fuck.
And
You're a sick fuck.
we're the assholes for making a hoop and
how long
holler.
did I
does it
just
fucking
miss?
take you guys to get it?
Apparently, like 11, 12
loud.
sessions.
And she was the one that brought it up,
What?
right?
What?
You?
What?
Poppy's button?
Yeah.
14 sessions into our D&D game, and Remy finally gets the joke.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Lay off.
seriously.
Lay off.
Yeah, Poppy Button is there, and Bunce is there. You guys come in. Bunce is just like, oh, look who it is. It's great to see you all. It's been a couple of days. How have you been? Good?
Yes,
Yeah.
Excellent.
it's good to see you
What
again.
can I get for you all?
Chodes all around.
Drinks?
Forgot. Oh, yeah.
I love a chode.
Chode pride.
Chode pride.
Love a chode. You wanna share a chode?
Sure.
Just us girls
Sure,
sharing a
sure.
chode. Word.
All right. He nods, heads behind the counter, starts making
you're
up
each having a
drinks
half
for
a
all
chode.
of you.
Having attitude.
And
Chode
eventually,
chodes.
eventually you're
Sorry.
sitting with your nice cocktails at the table,
Her
having a
nice-
sip.
It's a cocktail.
Let me know when I come in.
Cocktails.
All right. It's not long after they get their drinks that you actually come right in the door.
You.
What
Stop.
is going
Stop.
on over there?
Oh my god! It's like
These two are out of control.
No, every
You
single
know.
phrase out of his mouth right now is.
Clearly,
could
is
be
the
negative.
night after the worm moon, and everyone is a little
Unprofessional.
frisky.
Truly unprofessional.
That's the one in a wife beater right now. Okay. Anyway.
Todd's ready to commit murder.
Peter. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna just
Put
like
so
kind
much
of.
stress on the word. Okay.
what?
I'm gonna just sit at the table.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna
So
get a
you
beer
come in
or
after
anything.
the fact,
Yeah.
right? Everybody's already
Where have
sitting
you been?
drinking, and then you kind of arrive. It's about 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
All right, and you sit down.
Where have you been?
No, I just had to check with Moth.
Can I do an insight check?
Yep.
Didn't we watch you walk into essentially
You
the
wait,
post
did we see
office?
him go in the
You
post
can
office?
either, you did watch where he
Yeah.
went. Roll
So
deception.
why are you lying to me? But wouldn't I know if he's lying?
Nat 20.
Oh!
But if we watched him walk
But you
in,
he
The
did.
moth
But
could have
then,
been in
but
there.
then you walked on, right? And so you don't know whether or not he went over to the stallion and checked in with Moth or not. And actually, with the nat 20 roll on his roll, you know, what'd you roll for insight?
I didn't, because I stopped.
Are you inciting him also?
No.
Okay. You're like, I don't care.
You
Okay.
believe every word I
19.
say.
19.
Your best friend.
19.
You're suspicious, but you kind of believe him.
So close, but those.
Since when do you lie to me?
I'm gonna go up to the bar.
Okay.
Buns. You seen Dickie the Whippet lately?
Dicky.
Winky the Dicket.
It's funny you asked that because Dicky asked about you yesterday.
I bet he did.
Yeah. I told him you hadn't been around in a couple of days, so
Any idea where we can find him?
he usually stops in here for lunch. So he could be in today, he could be in tomorrow. I don't know.
We coming up on lunch?
You actually are.
Well, let's see if he shows up.
All
Let's
right.
enjoy our chodes.
Let's see if he shows up.
I'm
See
enjoying
if
my
he shows
show.
up.
You enjoying our show?
Thrud goes over to Poppy. Yeah, she is in the room.
She is. She's waiting tables. The crowd is starting to pick up a little bit.
Good morning.
Hi.
Edwin, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We've had a nice little stroll about, being out and about in some of the other areas outside of town. So yes, it's been lovely. It's nice to see you and back in this space again.
Through getting
Yes,
shot.
it's nice to see you too. Can I get you anything?
Well, I'm just about to finish up my chode, and
Can I get an inside check on Thrud?
What?
Why?
What are you
at the
trying
table?
to
I think
ascertain?
you look shy.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
please, I could be this little one's mother.
Yeah.
Good God.
But you want to.
Dude.
Anyway.
It's too late for that stuff. Too late in the night.
What are you? You were starting to say something.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm going back
Sorry,
in my
my bad.
notes to see who I was supposed to send. Oh yes,
My bad.
we might have run into some mutual friends of yours. But it's a little bit busy right now. I see that you are working very hard. So
I just put in a food order. I've got a minute.
where are we in the Toenail Tavern? We're like right in the middle of the space.
Well,
or-
remember this space is not gargantuan,
Right.
So you kind of centrally located. It's not like you can get a corner in this place, but then it's not going to be a very large table for your group. So, but you could speak quietly. I mean, there's a good murmur of people in the space, so it's the type of thing where if you wanted to be discreet, it's possible.
I would like to be discreet and say that Hilabus,
Halabalus.
thank you. Hilalabus sends his regards.
My name is Joe. Joe the rabbit. I'm sorry, Halabalus what?
It sends their regards.
Halabalus?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love him. He's such a nice person. Where did you see him?
We saw him outside of town by the crooked house.
Oh, so nice to hear about him. I haven't heard about him in so long. I haven't seen him in months. And where did you run into
And
him?
how did you come to know him in the past?
He came in here a couple of times.
Really?
Yes. We took a liking to each other, at least I thought. I sat with him and we told each other stories. And he's very sweet.
He did send his regards, so
Ah.
perhaps he still thinks of you fondly as well.
That's so nice.
You didn't show him your chestnut, did you?
How do you know about that?
Word gets around.
Jesus Christ.
You might not want to be so forward with that all the time.
I don't show it to just anybody.
Oh.
But Oh yeah, I guess I misunderstood. I'm sorry. No judgment here, Pastor, or anything like that. I heard tale of the chestnut coming out every now and again, and I don't know. It's
She kind of
could be-
shoots you
could
a
be-
glance,
It has to
and
only
then she
be
looks at
males.
Tryphon, and she's like,
insight check.
Well, she offered it to Tryphon,
I know,
but
I know,
showed
but-
me.
right. So she
Tryphon
kinda-
does not pick up on that at all.
No.
She
Yeah, I
flashed
want to
you.
check in and
Basically.
see if she's pulling my
Go ahead.
chestnut.
Go ahead.
That's an 18.
You get the sense that she's a little defensive. That maybe she's not entirely as reserved with the chestnut as
Jesus Christ.
she's trying to make you believe.
Okay. And do I get the sense that she's genuine in her response about Halabalus?
Yes, yes. Her eyes just became glittery and looked up at the ceiling.
So
and
she's crushing hard on the rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more than clear.
Does when you were friendly with Halabalus, was it more of a personal nature, or did you ever talk about anything else that they might do for a living, or did you exchange any kind of pleasantries?
Oh, for hours we sat and talked one night. I haven't been that. I had a lot to drink. So did he. But yeah, we talked a lot.
did he
What did you talk about?
perhaps mention, I don't know, things in nature, perhaps the sky?
I don't remember if you mentioned the sky.
Nothing related?
No types of skies?
Not a specific color?
Roll persuasion check for me.
Get it.
Oh shit! Oh, it's gone. Oh no.
Count it.
Oh,
Oh,
cocked. Oh,
Oh man.
not much better.
18?
A 4.
She kind of turns and looks at you and she's like, well, he mentioned that he worked for something called the Velvet Sky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he was proud of his work.
Yeah.
He's such a hard worker.
Did he show you a tattoo, maybe?
He did. It was on his wrist.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we were arranged to meet somebody here from the Velvet Sky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to come in here and show us the whole tattoo and, talk to us. But
But you see, there's a little bit of an issue in that while we were where we were, there were some things that happened in response to the thing. There was an attempt, and since we were in the vicinity,
Oh, you mean at the sewing festival?
yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
heard about that.
Yes, there was quite a large
That was
explosion.
terrible.
yes.
Yes,
So you were there.
yes, we saw some things, and
Tried to
perhaps-
help how we could.
Yes, we were privy to some things, and that's how we came to meet Hillabot.
Halabalus.
Halabalus.
But no.
Halabalus. Kind of like obelisk.
Halabalus.
Halabalus. And that's how we came to meet them, and then, So the issue is that it might not be the most prudent place to be meeting here, because the magistrates might want to
Find us.
come
as
and
well.
talk to us here about some things that we might have seen during that excursion. So, do you know if there's any way that we could get word to Halabalus or any of
Or
those?
Well, like I
another
said, I
Velvet Sky
haven't-
member.
I haven't seen Halabalus in months.
Do you know of any of his compatriots?
No, I don't actually. I didn't know anybody actually worked with Halabalus. I didn't know it was like a big organization or anything.
Well, I don't know how big of an organization it is, but we should maybe not talk about it to too many people.
No.
Well, this all sounds very interesting, but I think maybe you're misunderstanding the kind of friendship I had with him, because we basically just had, we had a lot to drink, and then I sat on his lap, and I fed him some
Okay.
stew, And then he also fed me, which is kind of fun. But, you know, and then we talked about things like he told me he worked for Velvet Sky. And I told him a little bit about my family. And then I told him a little bit about how we got this tavern. And, you know, it was just very nice because, you know, I liked his ears a lot.
Yeah.
So I stroked those.
good
Those
ears.
were really nice and soft.
Okay.
That was kind of
Okay.
fun.
You
And,
know, I think
No,
that
just
this
let her
was
go.
Okay.
She's having a good time.
Yeah. Yes.
Look how sad she looks now. What you've done. Please keep talking about your lovely, lovely night.
Don't piss in someone else's Cheerios and ruin their time.
What are Cheerios?
If your DM
It's a grain.
had an accent like this, he could probably tell you that he could make this a whole lot worse for you.
How bad do you really want to feel about this after you? Will you need a shower after this
I
next
was
session?
just petting the bunny ears.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Heard.
Yeah.
He's like a big
Heard.
old stuffed animal. That's all I know.
Well, thank you, dear. That's been very helpful for us to. I'm glad that you have had a very nice time with him.
Oh,
And,
thank you. Well, if you see him, tell him I said hi.
I most
I'd
certainly
love to
will.
see him. Tell him to come by here. It was fun. He's so nice.
Yeah. And
Boom! The door to the toenail swings open. And there's this like tall, lithe figure in the door.
There he is.
And he comes walking
Is it
in.
Diggy?
And he's like, well, shut my fucking mouth. Look who it is.
Dickie!
Look, I don't want to hear any shit from you guys. Okay?
There's no shit from us.
We talked about. Look, sit the fuck down.
don't start.
I'm gonna
okay?
fucking stand.
Can we get this guy a drink?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
You
nice.
want a chode?
That's nice. Sure, I'll have a choke.
Orange chode, orange
Yeah.
chode, three
Uh,
orange chodes.
Chode, please. Actually, could I get a spritzer?
Buns kind of like shakes his head and starts
Thank you.
making drinks. Dickie pulls a chair up, slides it around backwards, and sits down. And he's like, "So, I seem to recall we talked about meeting. You know, like in what was it, 2 days time?
Shit, did we?
Yeah.
Yes, we got the little.
And I came back in 2 days, and guess who wasn't here? And then I came back in 3 days, and guess who wasn't here? And then I came back in 4 days, and where the fuck have you
Hey.
been?
Listen, shit happened.
We.
Quite a bit of shit happened.
Some people ate shit.
Literally.
Literally.
There was some.
She almost died.
Yeah.
She was half dead.
Yeah.
They almost died.
I almost died. We've been through some shit, Dickie.
A place blew up.
Yeah.
We were
It seems
questioned.
to happen a lot with you people.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, at least
We're-
we're consistent.
Well, this one wasn't our fault.
Okay. Well, look.
Well,
Why don't we start off on the right foot? Let's start off on the right foot. One, you ordered me a drink. That was very nice. I appreciate that.
Shit.
You're supposed to give me something, and I decided I was gonna make you a deal.
Head?
Okay?
What kind of deal
Because
we talking
I get the
about here?
feeling you're not giving me the full story, and I'm guessing you're not gonna return my property. But I'll tell you what. You can give me the ring. Or you can give me the value that I was going to get from my customer. And then we can call it square.
So-
Realize that I just need to be made whole. That's all I want. You make me whole, I'm good.
I will make you a little bit more than whole.
Okay, I'm listening.
So Thrud takes out 5 gold, slides it across the table, then takes out the ring, and says, "I believe this is yours." The
Look,
5 is interest on the time frame that we had lots of things to do, and
Mhm.
we're delayed in our time to meet you.
he reaches down, he picks the ring up off the stack of 5 gold, he holds it up. He looks at it. He's like, okay. I gotta say, I didn't expect this to happen. All right. Just as that happens, Bunce comes over and puts the drink down on the table. He takes the drink, places the ring back on the stack of 5 gold pieces. He's like, we're good. We're good. And he kind of goes to toast you.
You might find that your progress was lost on it if you were ever using it.
I never put that thing on.
Okay, word. Then you're fine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, nothing.
All right, so if we're square, boom, he slams down the rest of the chode.
I prefer circular.
Slides- What?
What did you say?
I said I prefer circular, but okay.
He takes the 5 gold pieces in the ring, pockets it, pushes the chair out, and he's like,
Why so fast?
Where are you off to so quickly?
Where you going?
well, number one, I got to deliver
Wiki-
this ring to the
Wiki the
buyer
ticket?
who's been up my ass since I lost it, and it'd be nice to deliver that to them so I can get them off of my back now that I'm off of your back.
Who's your buyer?
That's none of your business, sweet pea.
I'm
What
just
was
curious.
the other end of the deal?
I thought that there was a potential exchange of gold, but I understand that because of the fact that this took a lot longer than our prearranged meeting time. But there was a conversation about us potentially going into some type of partnership where you would be able to facilitate us with a certain amount of gold so that we could then take on another job at required
Is there something wrong with your teeth?
We know a very good
We
street
know
dentist.
a good dentist.
Ripped out one of his teeth.
Yeah, helped out Tryphon over here.
Thing was
Look,
rotten.
there's no fucking way I'm going to that batshit crazy street dentist, okay?
He is batshit crazy, but
I'm
he's good.
fine. Look at this. And he pulls up his lip up here, and he has got this gleaming solid gold molar up on the top.
Okay.
But that's worth a couple of
Somebody
pennies.
brushed their
Yeah,
teeth as a
your
kid.
street dentist ain't gonna do work like that.
No, okay.
Uh,
I bet he'd be really interested in it, though.
This is true. He does have an eye for good craftsmanship.
he'd probably try to take it from me.
He seems like a
Anyway.
bit of a collector. But anyway, what is the rush for you to be leaving so quickly?
I told you I want to go give my client the ring so I can collect on it. You know, business. It's
Who's your
business. Huh?
Who's your client?
Something
I
already
feel like
tried
I've
that.
seen this show before.
His
No, I just
reruns.
want to know.
And I'm not going to tell you.
Well, I have some other types of questions, not necessarily about your clients. I don't particularly care about your clients.
Oh,
Funny
that's
that
good.
was that
okay.
Darwich
Well, what do you
lady.
want to know? Because I feel like we're square now, so I can chat for a couple minutes.
Well,
Can I do something before you start another conversation?
yes.
I want to look around the room, see if I see Sarah.
Make a perception check.
Isn't she in the fancy
she's-
place?
No, she was in here.
She was in here.
She was a thing, no?
Hmm?
Wasn't she a thing?
She was in control of all the import and export from the city.
Sounds like someone that's higher up in the
Yeah.
social order.
I don't see her.
Interesting.
Not right now. But you know she hangs out here.
So, if there were, hypothetically speaking,
Of course.
something
It's always
of interest
hypothetical.
in the, say, central magistrate's property room,
Oof. Sure. I'm listening.
Is there any information that you could give to us about perhaps certain pitfalls or pratfalls or things that might be challenges or difficulties to retrieve something from that space? You seem like you would have some adeptness in this.
It's a respectable target. Not that you're going to target it, but, you know.
Well, hypothetically.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetically.
Interesting.
Speaking.
Let's see. Well, you know, everybody knows I've been in and out of that place a few times, so I kind of seen the place a couple bits. But, I mean, as far as I remember, you got like 1 or 2 guards on the inside because the place is locked down tight. I think your biggest problem ain't going to be about people. It's going to be about, you know, fortitude. It's going to be about how thick the walls are and getting out. You know, it's not like you can just waltz in and walk out like a, you know, like the toenail here.
Right. The
Right.
exit strategy is the biggest problem.
Right. And you're never gonna, yeah, I mean, you might break in. I mean, I don't know what your capabilities are. So I've seen some people that just sort of go like this and they walk through a wall. So I don't know what you're capable of. But,
I'm not quite that agile or stealthy for that matter.
I'm sure you got your skill sets. Anyway,
Thank you.
it's possible that maybe, you know, maybe you get put in there.
That was potentially a thought.
Of course, you get put in there, maybe you don't come out. And then you're fucked because I can't help you now,
Yeah.
right?
This is true.
But what are you looking for in there?
How much do you trust him? Do you want to talk to him about that? It is your friend that we are trying to find this for, so I will leave it to
I've
you.
been tasked with obtaining a family relic
Yeah?
for an acquaintance.
How much is it worth?
They didn't tell me. It seemed pretty important.
It's in there, huh?
Well, that's what we were told.
What's it look like?
It's like a ball sphere in a box.
A couple of legs.
Some arcane thing.
Listen. I'm gonna do you a favor. I consider you like, now that you returned the ring, I consider you like my friends, okay? You're like, you
We weren't lying to you,
people of
Dickie.
your word,
You know,
right?
you saw the, party member with the ring.
But I'm gonna tell you this, okay? My friend. Tell me your name again.
Bran.
Bran. Bran, it's the middle of the day. I'm gonna guess you haven't had that much to drink yet. But I just asked you like 5 questions about something that I'm clearly gonna try and steal before you do, and you just told me everything there is to fucking know about it. Like, why don't you shut the fuck up? Like, what's the matter with you? Why would you
Maybe
tell
I
me all those
trust
things?
you a little bit. What?
What?
Why are you gonna try and steal it now?
You said it was worth money.
I said I don't know.
Insight
It
check.
seemed impersonal.
They're good.
I got a 7.
Look, I'm not gonna take your thing. I'm just trying to give you some advice.
I'm gonna
Okay?
insight check that. That's a 15.
That's a 15.
Yeah.
E-
Or sorry, 13. 13.
Yeah, where'd that come from? My whole voice just kind of turned into like this squeaky toy.
Verbena?
Yeah, Verbena. I want to be able to
Rich
do that
just
again.
did the same thing.
15.
13.
13?
Yeah.
You're not convinced, but he also is like, a scumbag. So it's really,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought we were trying to create a little something here.
Well, we can create something, and you know what? I'll tell you what. Cut me in.
Cut you in.
What are
What's
you
in
gonna
If we
do?
weren't getting like a reward,
Any coin out of it.
What are you
It
doing
was-
this at? What are you guys like?
it was for,
you're
like,
what are you,
rep.
like
Pretty much
paladins?
charity.
it was like for rep. It was,
Trust me, we are no paladins.
it was to gain trustworthiness from someone.
Oh,
And,
I
we
see.
returned your ring.
I see. You guys are like, I get it. You do gooders, and you like
Sometimes.
to. Okay. I can respect that. For now, I can respect that.
Unless there's something you think would be nearby that we can steal for you, because we're going to be there anyway.
Nah, I got my people.
A word.
Yeah. Maybe one day, but right now,
Yeah.
I keep my network and my circle tight. Right? You work for, and here's the other thing, right? You come to work for me, there ain't no such thing as part-time, okay? When you work for me, you work for me. That's it.
Full time.
End of story.
Yeah.
No side adventures, no nothing. It's me.
Well, I don't know that we're necessarily ready to commit to that type of arrangement.
That's what I figured. You look like you got like a lot going on.
We have a few
Right.
irons in the forge,
Yeah. I hear you.
It's poetic.
so I'm not quite ready to commit to anything yet. But
Well,
I do believe that it could be advantageous for both of our parties to co-entangle in certain things.
agreed. All right, listen. I'll tell you what. If it's all the same, I should go. All right. But you in town for a couple days? Are you gonna be here?
Probably.
Yes.
All right. Why don't we catch up tomorrow or? Right.
Tomorrow might not be.
What are you doing
Great
later
day?
this evening?
Yeah.
What am I doing later this evening?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking amongst yourselves. I don't know. I might have a thing, but maybe not.
Well, we'll
Or
most
maybe
likely be back.
Tomorrow evening, but we gotta meet someone else in the afternoon tomorrow.
Looks like you got a thing too.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got things.
There's
Things.
things.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll be here. If I'm here, we'll talk. Maybe we could hatch a plan to help you get your thing.
Yeah.
A thing with the things.
By chance, do you have good or bad rep with the magistrates?
What are you talking about? Are you kidding me?
Bad rap.
They take one look at me and they follow me for half the day.
Yeah, just probably. They might come looking for us at some point. Just
Okay.
yeah,
That's what I like to hear.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right, be careful.
Yeah,
All right.
of course.
All right.
Have you ever dealt with the magistrate's rap there?
Yeah, I know that one.
A bit of a dick.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick. That's to say the least.
A
Yeah.
bit.
All right, listen. It's been nice. I gotta go. I'm gonna unload this ring, and I'll come back. Okay?
Very well.
All right.
Nighty night.
See ya. And he gets up and walks out. Roll a perception check.
For the rat.
Fuck. 14.
14.
Yeah.
Dickie the Whippet leaves the room, and you guys are all sitting there, kind of catching up and kind of having a sort of a post-op on that conversation, like, what the hell was that about? And you're chatting. Do you still have the rat tied to you?
No, I give it back to.
That's what I thought. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm square on all
Fucking
bits
rat.
and
I'm
pieces.
Check.
pissed. This is
Always.
so annoying.
Rat
Always.
check.
You're sitting there enjoying your drink. You guys haven't had any food yet.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, you get hit in the back, and your body just kind of moves forward a little bit. Not in any kind of violent attack sort of way that's going to get you on your feet and reacting to that.
Yeah.
You, sitting in the vantage point that you're sitting from, you see this fur ball jump into the air just before she gets hit and hits her in the back. The toenail has a house cat. And it jumps up onto your shoulder.
Oh!
Oh my god, I got a nat 20!
Yes!
Shit! And
I'm
it
gonna burst into
literally
tears. I'm gonna burst into tears.
pounces
It kills
down.
It. It kills
Can I
it.
grab it?
She dies.
pounces down
She
on
dies.
top of this rat and rakes its claw across its back, opening
my
this
God.
rat's back wide open. Verbena's back gets like ripped open, and she falls forward onto the table and convulses a couple of times.
Let me grab the
Okay.
cat. Let me grab the cat, man.
You reach over and grab the cat. Bunce all of a sudden spins around at the commotion as Verbena dies on the table in front of you.
Oh my god.
And this moment of shock as you have this cat by the scruff of its neck, and this rat is laying sort of half in and out of one of your drinks, dying appropriately in a glass of alcohol to some degree. And within seconds, there is this massive sort of whirlwind of
Whirlwind?
transformative power. Not that
I
whirlwind.
told you to fucking. I told you to smack that
And the
rat.
rat polymorphs or
Yeah.
transforms into a human figure right in the middle of your table, and the table tips over, taking all the drinks to the floor with it. And laying in front of you on the floor
Who's the
is
bitch?
this
Colin.
young woman.
Is it?
And she looks exactly like the woman that you saw.
I knew it.
No
I knew
way.
it. I knew
And
it.
she realizes what happened.
Grapple her.
She
Grapple her.
sees the
Grapple her.
cat, and she gets up to her feet.
No.
And she turns and looks at you.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm gonna chuck the cat out the window.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck me.
So how about
Is
that?
she in the burlap sack?
Is it a spell
She's
or
kind of in
magical
a
effect?
brown linen dress.
Spell or
Todd.
magical effect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I throw the cat out the window?
Can you throw the
Why
cat out
throw
the
Cat
window?
out the window.
Don't punish the cat.
Sure,
Don't
you
punish
take the cat and hurl it
The
Yeah.
cat did nothing.
through the window?
Yeah, dude.
Dirty
fuck that
20.
cat.
Oh. The cat.
I have my reasons.
Holy shit.
I have my reasons. You look at him
What's
bang
your
its head on the
reason?
table.
What's your reason?
He didn't sock the cat.
I was gonna headbutt it.
Fuck.
What is happening?
So how about that motherfucker Dickie?
Dude, we just wait.
How about
We just
that
had-
motherfucker?
Like,
She looks at you, right? And she just kind of like focuses on you for a second, and she's like, grab him. And she points at Tryphon, and she basically kind of commands you to grab a hold of him. Now her voice rings into your head at a volume that is terrifying. absolutely terrifying, and you feel immediately compelled to turn to Tryphon and throw your arms around him and kind of bury your head in his chest. But I will say this. There is a moment where you realize you don't have to do that. Do you do it or do you not do it?
I feel like I would do it, but I would do it in a sense where it's not like I am holding to restrain.
It's like you're scared.
I feel like I might be a little intimidated, but not so much super compelled. Like, does that make sense?
You are intimidated, but you are compelled.
Okay.
However, you feel like in that compelling nature that's overcome you because she's looking you right in the eye.
I might start to and then stop.
Okay. So you feel like you have this overwhelming, compelling force that wants you to sort of grab onto Tryphon, and you're like, in your true Remy way, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, and you stop.
Fuck me, man. She's gonna kill me.
Fuck that cat.
What a manipulative bitch.
She could be your homie.
I'm
She
so
kind
mad
of said,
that this
"I'm the captain now."
interrupted
That's what she said.
My conversation about Dickie.
She said, "I'm gonna put you on a leash."
I mean, we can still talk about Dickie while this is crazy.
The second you sort of slam on the brakes on that and you start to turn around you, there's this wave of agony that rips through your head, and you immediately grab your head as your head is filled with like this noise. You take 23 points of psychic damage and you fall down to the floor like holding your head.
Wow.
And this young woman makes for the door.
I'm
Get
gonna
her!
fucking
Get
grab
her!
her.
I'm running
And
after
that's
her.
where we're gonna end tonight.
This is so not fair.
She's fucking dead,
So
dude.
not fair.
We're gonna fuck her up.
I'm gonna kill her.
No way.
Murder.
I'm down to 10 hit points.
So
You
so
serious,
Dickie,
dude?
That many
Wait,
health?
Yeah, Dickie, what
First off,
what a
did
that
dick.
motherfucker.
I mean, you know.
Listen, everybody. That's where we're going to end session 14 for tonight. Our music is provided by Pocket Bard. Thank you so much for
Love
watching.
Pocket
Don't
Bard.
forget to like and follow.
Fuck that rat.
And we will see you next week. All right.
Can't believe
Take care.
Shit.
bitch
Have a good
fucking
night.
I know.